Hello, it's Richard at Richard's Guitars. Hi, long time no speak, and yeah, it's great to be back. We're back now with the shop open for private appointments, and I thought it'd be a lovely time to give you an insight into some detail about why a guitar we sell takes as long as it does. If you look at our reviews, I'll post a link down below. It's lovely that we get such great reviews, but the repeating theme is, of course, that we do take a long time. Now, I know when you're buying a guitar, just like you buy any product, you kind of expect it to arrive the next day. You know, it's in stock, it gets delivered, and you get it. Especially in this world with Amazon and warehouses. The shock I think people have when they deal with ourselves is that we are a completely different environment, and most of the guitars that we sell are actually handmade for a start, and we're always allocating guitars that are in build to customers, and they wait for them to be made, then they come in, book an appointment, see us, and have a lovely time in the showroom, which I'll show you briefly in a minute. But then when they buy the guitar, they then have to wait again. And it's a bit of an odd thing for some people. They don't leave with the guitar. They can do if they want to. And if they gave us advanced knowledge of the setup requirement, we could do that, and that's not a problem. But obviously then you're forcing the person to choose a guitar before they've arrived, which is kind of odd. So I want to talk you through the process about why guitars take so long to get delivered from us. And I also want you to think about what we're doing, and therefore what you're not receiving when you buy from alternative sources, okay? There's a lot of shops these days that advertise setups with their guitars. I see it all over the place, and a common thing is, oh, so-and-so can do it at this price, and they do everything that you do too, and they can deliver it next day. So if you could get close on the price, I want to buy from you. And that's all really nice. I mean, the fact is, these people mean well. I think some of them genuinely do want to buy from us, and they genuinely do believe that the alternative supplier is offering them everything that we do, but they can also deliver it next day as well. See, I'm moving around. Look, it's got a little holdy thing. Hopefully it's fairly stable. So, apart from my arms getting really achy. So let's go. Let's do it. Let's have a look round, and I'm going to talk to you a bit about it. Okay, so we've got a workbench over here. Where are you? There. So there's our workbench. Chris works here, and this is our priority. Now, every single guitar you see on here has got a name on it, okay? Now, a number. Now, I want you to look at these guitars, because this means something, right? Every single one of these, everything that you see in front of you, right? But that's not all, because every single one of these, everything on here, everything has a number. Every single one of these has a number, okay? Every single one of these has a number. Now, and in fact, I know for a fact that goes out into this is our office space. So we've got Ricky sits here. Sophie, who I haven't even been able to talk to you about yet, sits here. Johnny sits here. Guitars, setups, numbers. And now we're going into the showroom. Whee! And I noticed some in here. Setup numbers here too. Okay. And this is, the showroom. So if you were to come in, you'd see all this stuff. Every single guitar in this building is personally selected by myself, obviously with my support from John and Ricky and guys and Sophie now. But obviously I have my personal babies. The Dovina Pure, you'll see all this stuff. These are made exclusively for me. The walnuts, which are exclusively made for me. Oh, look at that. It's a lovely Eastman, looking beautiful. Now then, let's get back to the topic. Let's get in some light. Now then, every guitar we sell is hand finished. A guitar takes approximately 1.5, let's call it 1.5 hours as an average, an hour to an hour and a half. So if you do the maths, The technician, Chris, can do about 6 guitars a day. So every one of these, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's a day. That's a day's work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 days work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It goes on. It's currently, we're pretty maxed out, and I'd say there's about 2 weeks worth of guitars, if I'm being honest, in the queue right now. So that's 2 weeks worth of work. So if you bought a guitar from me today, it's almost the sad reality in a way is that you won't see that guitar before 2 weeks. 2 weeks. The positive part of it is, even if the guitar's out of stock, if it takes a few days to arrive, it will still be booked in and you'll still get it within 2 weeks. So the time it takes us to get the guitar in doesn't influence the time for you to receive the guitar. Now, you could say, well, Rich, get another tech. Now, if I put into perspective that, without giving wages away and stuff, but if you imagine, a technician, any technician is probably going to cost you £20,000–30,000 a year, okay? What we're doing here is completely, totally free of charge. Now, it's a totally free service. So if I get another tech in to bring, let's say, for example, the workshop time now is 2 weeks. I've got an option. I can either get another tech in and bring that down to 1 week, okay? So it's a 1 week wait now, but I've now got to recoup, let's say 25, let's call it £25,000. So I now have to recoup £25,000. How do I do that? I don't want to sell more. I don't want to sell more guitars. I'm trying to stop my business from becoming a horrible giant. I don't want it to become a faceless, box-shifting warehouse. I want it to be personalized. I want to be available to my customers. I want my small team to remain a small team. I don't want to have to recoup £25,000 to make my guitars go out 7 days sooner. Maybe the fact that by putting this out there, it might put a few people off, okay? So I can retain the status quo, if you like. But the truth of the matter is, nobody else does this. The truth is, if you go into any shop, even the biggest shops in the country, find me a workshop that looks like this, okay? Go and ask them. Go and ask them. I want to see your workshop. I want to see where all of your free setups are being done. All of your free setups. Ask them where they are. Because they won't be there. They'll probably have today's sales. They'll have, let's say they've sold 10 guitars. Big, reasonable size shop. We sold 10 guitars today. Every one of those 10 guitars will be out the door by 1 o'clock when the delivery man comes to collect. So how does he do that? How does he do that? How does the technician go through 10 guitars sold by a big shop, offering next day service, offering setups on all the guitars? It doesn't exist, okay? So let's just get it straight. Let's get it in perspective. And now when I start this year, like the showroom now, it's like it feels to me like a new fresh start. Let's all start being honest with each other that either you want, which our customers do, a professionally set up guitar. Go into a workshop and take your guitar to them and ask them for a setup. And then if the guitar tech says to you, oh sure, drop it off with me now and I'll have it ready for you by 45 minutes, you should start worrying because how has that tech got time to do that guitar right now? Has he no other work to do? And I think any good tech, any good workshop environment will always have a load of work to be done, a load of work. Okay, they'll have this loads flooding around everywhere because they're in demand. People want to leave their guitars with them because they're a trusted source to be set up. Would you take your car to a service to, if you've got a BMW and you went to the BMW garage, would you drop it off with them at 10 o'clock without an appointment and expect them to service that car and be ready for you by 11 o'clock? Of course you wouldn't. You'd be laughed out the office, you'd laughed out the garage. So this concept of why does it take so long? We don't have complaints. People, in fact, all the people placing reviews are, if you just read them and they'll say, oh, it doesn't happen fast, but I'm really pleased that I waited. So we are kind of at a juncture where, I think maybe, what I'd like to do is focus more and more and more on the higher quality, if you like, the Doverners, the Firsches, the Audens, the top-end Eastmans. Really wonderful, wonderful, just, they're all handmade, beautiful works of art. And you know, Gordon Smiths, and everything that is, everything that I represent really, and that we represent, something, you know, we get bogged down, and the trouble is, and it's a real concern for me, is I want everyone to have access, but most of our complaints come from people buying cheap guitars who were buying a present for a friend and then got frustrated because they were waiting too long. So maybe this video is saying, look, if you want to buy a budget guitar, £300, 300 quid's a lot of money. See, that's the weird thing, is that £300 is a lot. When I say a budget guitar, relatively to what we do here, I'd say the average value is about £750. So I'm not like talking like we sell thousands of pounds. You know, the most of all my most wonderful recommendations are under £2,000. But ultimately, you've got to sell, you know, a lot of £200 guitars, you know, 10 £200 guitars to one £2,000 guitar, and every single one of them gets done over here, there. Every single one of them gets the same work applied to it. And this is what I want to get across. I think this video really is also about next time we get that email saying, can you price match so-and-so? And they've offered next day delivery. I'll just pop them this video and then they can have a watch of it and then make a choice about, do they want to buy a guitar that's been done, been professionally set up, or buy it from a shop that says they do a setup on it? Because one thing I'm guaranteeing you now, it's not what we're doing here. So yeah, so I'm really proud of this. Look, there we go, there's our workshop. Yay, and isn't that fun? That's amazing. So anyway, it's lovely to be back, and I hope I will be seeing you all very soon in here, in the showroom. Yeah, look. Yay. This is where you come in. And this is where, when you have a private appointment, let's talk about that as well. Post-COVID, this is now basically, you take a seat on the sofa, a stool, whatever. We'll be here to talk to you. There's a little window, you can chat to us through there if you want. You come in, the appointment is 2 to 3 hours, and we just have one in the morning, one in the afternoon. And we've now got the upstairs that we're working on, so we're going to be looking at potentially doing 2 in the morning, 2 in the afternoon. So we keep it really, really personal. Everything's booked in advance. We know what guitars you want to try. So I do believe the entire experience is unique. I would like to think so. And I hope our customers would agree that it possibly is. We aim to please. Okay, that's it. It's lovely being back. I promise you now that we're back open again. I'm using this as my kind of starting point, my reset point for the year. So I'm hoping to do a lot more videos and speak to you again really soon. Okay? Okay, cheers. See you soon. Bye-bye.